Simcoe, enjoy the show, buddy. Thanks for watching. I'd like you to listen too. Although you might be able to have a little trouble in Livingston because they turned down that. But nevertheless, thank you. Can I go ahead and start hearing the station? Can I start hearing the station? Yeah, I want to hear that. Yeah. There you go. Michael Jacobson. Well.
Balance of Nature.
7 minutes and counting. Oh no, it's not 7 minutes. I'm 5 after.
That?
Yeah, what was that?
Kevin McCullough's one of our bigger hosts. I'm surprised you.
You know, you're echoing now. Is that all right? Okay. Hello, hello, hello.
That one happened the whole show.
This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. I take Balance of Nature because I know I've seen it in my lab, and I know that it works. I've seen the immune response increase, I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection. And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true.
When you call, use discount code The Answer, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code The Answer.
All the Facebook watchers, we go on at 8:05. So have a little patience. I just didn't want to mess with the computer and whatever. I wanted to have it done. There's a new kid in town. I don't want to hear it.
Is really unparalleled. And so it's one of those things where when you get, and Dr. Howard says this in commercials on a regular basis, but when you pop open the plastic lid of the bottle, and you pull the seal, foil seal up, you don't get a whiff when you open the fruits. It's a very strong fruit. It just walks right up to your nose. And the same with the veggies. If you don't, then you're not taking Balance of Nature. If you don't get that smell, if you don't think that's there, then take one of the capsules and open it up and taste it. Yeah. I challenge that with anything else out there. You can get it. We don't use it. We don't fill it with things like alfalfa. Now, I don't know how much salad you're currently ingesting, but if you're not eating 10 platefuls of it with these 31 specific fruits and vegetables in it, you're going to miss the nutrition that is in the compact form of these capsules. Nothing but whole food. And when you say whole food, it's skin, it's seed, it's all the stuff that's in that fruit.
When feasible, yes.
Right.
For example, it's the whole apple, it's the whole pineapple. Now, we take skin off of some of these.
Right, because that's not necessarily edible portion. Right.
But yeah, every edible part is there. It's very important. We're the only ones who do that. We have to have that made special for us.
Well, and you have to do it under your control because, again, if you try to outsource that, then even the producers will try to.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Just be we go on. I go on at 8:05. So, like I said earlier, I just didn't want to mess with the computer and yada yada. So I went ahead and just turned it on. So real soon.
That has the overwhelming healing composite benefit of what's in there, and that's why you need to call that number we've been giving you, 800-246-8751, 1-800-246-8751. I know that education is of huge importance to Dr. Howard. You spent your whole life pursuing knowledge on these things, and you try to break it down
I'm going to start trying out that balance of nature.
All the stuff that they've written on
The product works real well.
it. Testimonials are so
Station on the planet has it. That's how you know it doesn't work.
You can also order it through the website.
That's funny.
There as well, but I'd encourage you to call the number because you can talk to one of the health coaches, and that's really a great benefit. But call today, get online today, learn more, and then give it a try. If you don't have anything.
Thank you for your help, by the way.
Balance of Nature.
Thank you.
Of course.
Or 800-751 for today's special offer. Dr. Howard, final thoughts before we say goodbye for today.
This has been fun. I'm really glad we got to do this. I always love coming and talking with you.
Now you know where not to go.
There's a couple of things that we do.
Yeah, that's good enough.
You know, bad actors or how dare you say that stuff. What you hear, and you'll hear it through the week, you hear it on the radio and on TV.
Lights are so bright in here.
They're not staged. They don't, none of them have a script. There's nothing there like that. It's just changing people's lives.
Yeah. It's just real people talking about what Balance of Nature has really done. It's been a pleasure to be with you with nature.com. And again, the number where you can use today's special offer, 800-246-8751. 800-246-8751. And as you may have heard, these special offers do not last long. So you need to take action today to take advantage of it. 800-246-8751. 800-246-8751.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule. Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature.
Did you know Stephen A. Smith is on a soap opera? He's on General Hospital.
He's a huge fan of soap operas.
Well, he's on General Hospital.
Yeah, I heard about it.
I saw a clip.
Taking it, and for the patients that I have that are taking it, it's been phenomenal watching the changes that have happened and how much healthier and how much more energy that they have. I haven't heard any negative feedback from any of my patients who have been taking the product. The thing that amazes me with it is that it's so simple.
When you call, use discount code The Answer, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code The Answer. From the studios of AM 970 The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
5 minutes.
Ready. Ready, Freddy.
According to an official who was not authorized to discuss the matter and spoke to the Associated Press, reconditioning on immunity. Authorities say the
I gotta go to the bathroom, not kid.
man who was at the controls was a 3.5-year Horizon ground crew member. Alaska Air Group CEO Brad Tilton says airplanes are assets for various reasons throughout the night and are therefore not locked.
That's a crazy story. Did you hear this story?
No, I'm not literally not even listening.
This guy, a worker at the airport, I guess he had permission to take a plane and transfer.
Oh, and he died. Yeah, he crashed.
He took it online and took off like a suicide mission.
The FBI is on the scene to assist the NTSB and airline officials in their investigation. Republican Representative Chris Collins of New York shuts down his re-election efforts after being charged with insider trading.
I think that'd be a good idea.
He'll suspend his re-election campaign and finish out the rest of his term. The New York congressman was arrested on Wednesday on charges he used insider information about a biotechnology company to make illicit stock trades. He's denied any wrongdoing. Collins says he's heading his campaign in the best interest of his constituents, President Trump, and the Republican Party. Bob Agnew reports.
The president of the University of Virginia offered an apology to students and community members who faced off a year ago against white supremacists during the torchlit march through the campus. James Ryan spoke to a crowd gathered this morning for a service of reflection on the anniversary of the march. And it's halfway through the weekend, and already it's bloody in Chicago. Officials say that between Friday night and early this morning, some 24 people, nearly 24 people were shot, one of them fatally. More news, more analysis, get them both at townhall.com. I'm Ron DeRock. This is Jerry Boyer.
3 minutes.
Townhall.com.
3 minutes.
Anybody who's paying attention to the news knows that Twitter's leadership is politically biased. But you might not know that the social media giant has gone beyond censoring alleged extreme right-wing users to
to shadow banning mainstream GOP congressmen. Shadow banning is when an account and their tweets are hidden from others without the user being notified. In a public statement, Twitter denied that they shadow banned people. But they changed.
You know, this clock is different than that clock. Is that the clock I should watch?
See the one behind you? What's the one? Are they the same up top there? No.
80240. Yep. This one says 80206.
Yeah, don't look at that one.
Then they are misusing shareholder assets, and they should stop. Now, I'm Jerry Baker.
The Pepperdine Practice
Now you know where not to go.
at publicpolicy.pepperdine.edu.
Authorities continue to investigate the suspected overdose death of Trump's
Call to Trump Tower Friday morning, where they say they found Dennis Shields unconscious in his apartment. The 51-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. The medical
Hey,
examiner
vey.
the exact cause of death, but an overdose is suspected. Shields was a businessman. He was also the on-again, off-again boyfriend of the Real Housewives of New York City cast member and Skinny Girl founder Bethany Frankel. She went to high school with his estranged wife.
Hey, another beauty.
On this date in 1992, the Mall of America, the nation's largest shopping and entertainment center, opened in Bloomington, Minnesota. More of these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Durant.
A minute to go to rock and roll.
Prosecutors today ordered a recently defunct monk to be detained for 4 days, pending an investigation into his alleged involvement in the death of an abbot at a prominent monastery in the desert northwest of Cairo.
The murder of Bishop Epiphanius has rocked the Coptic Church, whose adherents make up around 10% of Egypt's population. The 64-year-old was found dead at Abu
30
Monastery,
seconds.
100 kilometers northwest of Cairo. His alleged murderer, Wael Saad, was a monk at the same monastery, but was stripped of his religious title in the days following the death. He said to have told prosecutors that he used an iron pole to bludgeon the bishop to death. It's not known what the motive might be, but the church has instituted a
we
crackdown
go.
on clergy behaviour, including banning them from social media and freezing the recruitment of new monks for a year.
That is BBC correspondent John McManus reporting. You can check out more news, get more analysis at townhall.com.
It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Brought to you by Atlantic Health System. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
It is Saturday evening, and we are talking sports right here on AM 970. The Answer, WNYM. I'm John Friedman. James Simeone is on the other side of the glass. That's the voice you hear when you call. Show James, what's happening? I'm doing great. Lots to talk about in the next 2 hours. You bring it, we'll talk about it. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Also, we're streaming the show. Go to am970theanswer.com. Click on that red Listen Live button, and you'll get us on your mobile device, laptop, etc. And enjoy the show on the World Wide Web. Lots to cover in the next 2 hours, including now that the G-Men and the Jets have played their first preseason games. We'll take a look at that and the rest of the NFL. The dog days of August are here. We'll discuss what you think the Yankees will need to acquire by that August 31st deadline to secure at least a wild card spot. A look around the rest of the major leagues. The PGA Championship enters the final round tomorrow. We'll take a look at the field. Coming up in the second hour of the show, we'll play You Can't Stump Marty. A look at this year's odds to win a championship in the NHL and the NBA. Your calls and a lot more. And speaking of calls, give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Also, for the people that like to watch the show visually, if you go to on YouTube, if you type in Talking Sports with Jonathan Friedman, it's live, it's public. The same thing on Facebook. It's live and it's public if you type in Talking Sports with Jonathan Friedman. And also you can follow the show on Twitter at John Sports Talk. Then you can follow the show there. So let me tell you a little bit about me and the show. Obviously, my name is Jonathan Friedman. I reside in New Jersey, 52 years old, born and raised in the city of Atlanta. I've been an advertising executive for the last 30 years. My claim to fame is the Gotta Go to Moe's campaign, which, how about that? Been around for now 25 years this come November and still going strong. Me as a sports talk show host, I'm not an expert. I'm a fan just like you are. So your opinion is no different than my opinion. That's why we're here to converse, you and I. So sports is obviously my hobby. I love doing it. And being from Atlanta, I'm a huge Atlanta Hawks, Falcons, and Braves fans. And since I moved here, I've adopted the Devils. I'm a big New Jersey Devil fans. For you Ranger fans who want to call us and give me a little bit of business. You know, since you won a Stanley Cup, Rangers, the Devils have won now 3 Stanley Cups. So I thought I'd just throw that in there. So that's what's happening. So give the show a call at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999, models.com. So let's start the show off tonight and talk about the Giants and Jets. And, you know, I'm not one to just take a look at preseason football. You know, it's like exhibition baseball. It's a struggle to watch. And I know everybody is excited about Sam Darnold and Saquon Barkley. I know it, and I know he broke off that 39-yarder, and I know Sam looked great when he was out there, but don't get too caught up on it. First of all, for example, defenses are not going to show you stuff. They're just not going to show you stuff for the regular season. And again, I'm not taking anything away from these two guys at all, but be real. Listen, when Sam goes to see an NFL defense that he hasn't seen yet, and if he was to start in week 1, he's going to see a lot of different things. And that's okay. That's part of the process in the NFL. There's not many quarterbacks, if they start, that don't struggle. It's just a part of the process. Now, if you're a quarterback and you happen to be a rookie quarterback and you have a good running game and you have a good offensive line and you have a good defense, that all could come together. And maybe that will be the case because the Jets have a really good defense. And if you notice last year, the Jets were in every game they played. They've got a coach that will not put up with nonsense. And he may have a stoic look on that sideline that never changes. But trust me, in the back room, he's giving guys business when they're not performing or whatever. Quality coach. Giants, new head coach, new situation. And let me tell you something. The one position in football that doesn't struggle as a rookie is running back. And why? Because all a running back has to do is find the hole and go. So if he's got a good offensive line, now here's the beauty of all of it. The beauty of it all is that Eli Manning is a play-action quarterback. There's no doubt about it. And he has not had that for a few years. They haven't had a run game, which also makes your offensive line look like they're struggling. So there's a lot that goes with the puzzle when you want to have success in the NFL. There's no doubt about that. So I look for the Giants to have a pretty good season. My biggest concern for the New York Giants is their defense. I think that's the bigger concern for the Giants. They've got a real good receiver, obviously. They got that sharp Sterling Shepard on the other side of him. So, you know, if they can run the football and you can set up play action, it really should be a dandy for the Giants this year. It should be good. And the Jets don't have crazy expectations. You know, sit back, enjoy the year because and watch your quarterback. Now, do I think he's going to start week 1? Not sure. I got to believe if he continues to play well in preseason that they'll do it. You know, the example I can give you, and again, I can give you examples from my team, the Atlanta Falcons. When Matt Ryan came in, which by the way is already about 11 years ago, believe it or not, when Matt Ryan came into the league, they had a decent defense, they had a good offensive line, And they had Michael Turner behind him. Matter of fact, they overused Michael Turner so much he eventually retired because he couldn't do it anymore. But the point I'm making is Matt Ryan had the ability to play action. And that gave him success. And that year they went 11-5. That could be the case with the Jets too. They've got this Isaiah Crowell, and then when it comes to running backs out of the University of Georgia, where he started, you know you're going to get a quality running back. So if the Jets can run the football, play good defense, then Sam will have some success. There's no doubt about it. But you can't have expectations that are crazy. You just can't. Be patient. It's coming. It's actually coming. Also, let's talk about the Yankees tonight. You know, listen, I'm not an expert when it comes to figuring out whether they have great starting pitching or not. It doesn't take much. They don't have great starting pitching. They got a number 2s and number 3s. They don't have a 1, and you're going to need a 1 to be successful in the playoffs. You know, offense doesn't win you playoff games. It's pitching. Pitching and defense is what wins it for you. That's the basics of baseball, obviously. So we'll see. And I'm not one to get caught up in July 31st deadlines. You know, I don't get in because there's been many acquisitions that have happened at the August 31st deadline that have been tremendously successful for teams. Matter of fact, James, what was the guy's name last year that for Houston that when they acquired the guy from Detroit at the August 3rd? There you go. MVP of the World Series, I believe. So it happens. So anyway, give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Lots to go over, your calls. Oh, man, I'm excited to be here. We'll be right back.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Whippany, New Jersey, in the heart of Morris County, is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service at the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany. They fix any performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, suspension work, and all general auto repairs. Your cars and
No, dump this for the next. Dump this for the next hour. I want that done. I'm not worried about that right now. Yeah, we need to know that right now. Yeah, let's see if we can dump it. Or can we replace the other one or no? Too late. To put the other.
No, because the other one no one's going to hear.
Yeah, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Here again for Relief Factor, the company that's helping thousands of people, just like my wife Shirley and me, deal with all kinds of occasional aches and pains. For years, Shirley struggled with her neck and her shoulder pain, kept her from sleeping through the night. A lot of people, just like Shirley, struggle with aches and pains due to aging or...
How long is this break?
Why don't you order the 3-week quick start? It's now only $19.95. Let's see if we can get you out of pain too. Go to ReliefFactor.com. For our Ask a Lawyer friends and listeners, you can attend any of Connors and Sullivan's free seminars on elder law, Medicaid, wills, and estate planning, and more.
Yes, it's all free and all close to you. So come to Connors and Sullivan.
James,
Seminars.
pull up Major League Baseball scores because I'm going to go.
Yeah.
11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. in Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn on Wednesday, August 22nd.
How'd that segment sound?
926 Avenue S, 11 a.m., 3 p.m.
How'd that segment sound?
Great. We're rolling.
63 Prospect Avenue, Park Slope, Brooklyn on Thursday, August 23rd at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Can't go to any Connors and Sullivan's free seminars? Then call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 for your own free office appointment.
Make an educated decision on your estate and family legal solutions today. Call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 or go to ConnorsandSullivan.com. Connors and Sullivan. Time now for later.
Hey, let that music play out let it go. All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. Hey, did you see we're going to take a look at Major League Baseball, go through the standings. Did you see that Felix Hernandez has been relegated to the bullpen? We're talking Felix Hernandez. I was shocked when I saw that. His ERA this year is at 5.73. But I look at that and I say to myself, I'm confused. At 5.73, to me that means 4 point something because I'm a National League guy. You got to take into account the designated hitter in the American League, but he's been so dominant for so many years, and what a shame that Seattle's playing well and their ace is just is struggling. So God, you can't help but you feel bad. So I saw that today, and I was shocked. Hey, just a programming note for next week's show. Daryl Slater, who covers the beat of the New York Jets for NJ Advanced Media, you and I know it better as NJ.com, and the Star Ledger, he'll join the show. We'll talk New York Jets football. So and as you'll learn as we go along this year, I'm a big NJ.com. I love the sports guys over there, and I use them a lot because they got a lot of beat guys over there covering all the local sports here. And there's nothing better if you want to find out about specific teams. You always go to the beat guys. So I'm going to take a quick look. I tell you what, James, why don't you update our audience tonight on scores around the major leagues? All right. Yeah. All right. I saw Baltimore, by the way. I got to look at the standings. Were they 45 games out in the American League? I know, but 45 games out. And the other thing I don't understand against Baltimore, and I don't know the players, all the details of the players that they got from the Dodgers, right? I don't understand. You mean to tell me that they couldn't have made even a better trade in the offseason for him? But I'm saying, why didn't they trade Machado at the end of last season in the offseason? You always get better value, not at the trade deadline. Yeah. No. Gosh, all right, got it, sorry. Got it, okay. And we were going to bring in the head coach of the Staten Island Little League tonight, but they got, from what I understand, they got rained out in Connecticut. So hopefully it would be great if they could win tomorrow, and we will find time on this show next week to bring him in. That's exciting stuff. That really is. Let me go over Major League Baseball standings with you real quick to see where we're at here. In the American League East, as Boston has an 8-game lead, and for you Yankee fans, we got the rest of August, we got September, and I know Boston has played well. They have definitely played well, but you know what? There's a lot of ebbs and flows to baseball. The season is so long. So before everybody hits that panic button, now, the Yankees with that starting pitching, you can't rely. They do have a good bullpen. We all know that. But you can't ride your bullpen into August, September, and hope to get to the playoffs. You got to get more innings. That's why I thought the Lance Lynn deal they made a few weeks ago was excellent. He's a quality guy, and he also can come out of the bullpen, or he can start for you, but he also eats innings. That's the beauty of Lance Lynn. Always been a good quality pitcher. So anyway, the Yankees being 8 games out in the American League East, followed by Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay usually gives you a good run. Right now, they're 22.5 games out. Toronto, who started the year off pretty well, they're 28 games. And as I said earlier, the Baltimore Orioles are 45.5 games out. Wow, that's a lot. Now, in the Central in the American League, you've got the Cleveland Indians. Now, what separates Cleveland from everybody is starting pitching. And as a guy who knows a little bit about starting pitching, as a fan of the Atlanta Braves back in those 90s, starting pitch, you could have hardly any offense. If you got starting pitching, that's always the way to win. So they've got already an 11-game lead on the Minnesota Twins. So they're coasting. Now, the problem with Cleveland is they got to be careful is when you coast through a season like that, you've really got to be careful that you're not coasting too much, that you're ready come playoff time. And, but they got a good team. And obviously, Terry Francona is a quality manager. The Detroit Tigers are 17.5 games back, followed by the lowly White Sox at 23. And what happened to the Kansas City Royals? 29 games out. They're like the Mets. They fell apart after the World Series a few years ago. The Houston Astros in the American League West, they have a 4.5 game lead over the over the Oakland Athletics. And how about Oakland? I don't know if I can name 7 players on the Oakland Athletics. They just keep every year. They're competitive. And that's, you know what that's called? That's called a good minor league system. Bottom line, you got to have minor league. That's why I keep telling everybody that when the Mets, they're going to have all this money. They're going to have all this money coming off the books soon. Don't go out and spend money on free agents, you know? Build your minor league system. You win organically. So anyway, all right, when we come back, we got a lot more to do. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. We'll be right back. So we're on the bottom right now, or no?
We got a 6-minute segment coming up.
Got it. When I come back with the music, let it play the whole time so I can talk over it.
You got it.
Oh boy, we got Johnny come lately. That's right. There's a new kid in town. Of course everyone loves me. I'm not going to let you down. Don't you worry. All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999, models.com. All right, let me finish going over these standings real quick there. In the American League, I left off that now, and the Texas Rangers now in the American League are 22.5 games out. Let's take a look at the National League as the Johnny's Atlanta Braves are tied with the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. And by the way, you got to be honest with yourself. You never thought that the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Eagles were going to be on top of the National League East. Everybody had Washington. And by the way, that still may happen. Long way to go. I think Washington's 5 games back. But there's just something about the Washington Nationals. I don't know if they don't have the heart. If they don't have, there's something about the Washington Nationals over the last few years. They can't get over the hump, and they've had decent starting pitching. They've had good starting pitching. And the question is, are they going to re-sign Bryce Harper? I can't see them doing that. If I was them, I don't know if I would. And by the way, I think he's hitting like 215 this year. Now, is he a quality player? Yes. Is he going to get overpaid by somebody in the offseason? Yes, that's definitely going to happen. So we'll see how that plays out. So the National League East is tight. And as I said earlier, and people think I'm crazy, I actually think in the offseason that the Mets should trade. If you go the route of rebuilding your minor league system, and they should, because in any pro sports, you win organically. You can argue with me all you want. You win organically in pro sports. You fill in with free agents. It's really a no-brainer. So, in the offseason, DeGrom, you could really turn your minor league system around, or really get some really quality top prospects for him. And the same thing with Syndergaard. Again, if you're to go that way, by the time you build a minor league system organically, then these guys will be a little older and what have you. Now, if you think that you're going to fill your team with free agents and try to put a competitive team that could contend for the National League East, then you'd keep these guys. But me, if I'm the GM, I'm not doing that. I'm not even messing around. And by the way, all the Mets ownership has to do is be honest. Fans appreciate honesty. If the Wilpons were to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? We're going to redo our minor league system. We're going to get rid of our whole scouting team, and we're going to redo this thing." If they were to do that and be honest with the fan base, it's a winner. They just want honesty. And if you can look at things macro and look 3 years, look at Atlanta. Look at Philadelphia. Look at the Houston Astros. They've all been through this, but look at what's going on. So, spending money on high free agents is not always the way to go. So, all right, let's keep going here. In the Central, the Chicago Cubs looks like they have a 2-game lead on the Milwaukee Brewers. I tell you, those Milwaukees are a big pain in the butt. They're just like their manager, Craig Counsell. Everybody hated Craig Counsell. If he was on the other team against your team, he was a pain. He was a good, scrappy player, and that's how the Milwaukee Brewers, they really resemble their manager. St. Louis is 6.5 back, and the Pirates are 7 back. In the National League West, you've got Arizona and the Dodgers. How about Arizona? They keep doing it. And the Dodgers, they got a heck of a team too. The Dodgers. You got Colorado 3.5 back. That's a great division now. San Francisco's only 7 back. I don't see them winning the division, but they're only 7 back. And the lowly Padres, man, it would be tough to be a Padres fan. They are 18.5 game back. And the Yankees, the reason why they got to keep doing what they're doing or go out and get some starters, you've got Oakland. You've got Oakland right on your tail. You got Seattle right on your tail. So you gotta, they're gonna have to get starting pitching. And as the waiver wire works on August 31st, it's worst to first. In other words, if a bad team wants to put up a quality starter, the worst team has first dibs, and if they claim them, they got to agree to a trade. So we'll see how that ends up. So lots to go. We got You Can't Stump Marty in the second hour, at the bottom of the second hour. And when we get back, I see we got a phone call. Alex from Manhattan. Hold on, we're going to get to you. A lot more to go. We got the news on the bottom of the hour. Lots to go here. So anyway, when we get back, we'll take your calls. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line. We've got a lot more to go over. We'll be right back.
This is AM 970, The Answer.
It's mostly cloudy, 75 degrees. What's going on? Read The Answer. In New Jersey, so the first case of West Nile virus of the season is now confirmed. Rob Dawson has more.
So when we come back, I'll talk for 2 seconds, then we'll go to Alex in Manhattan.
Beautiful.
I think it's Alex in Manhattan. It says Alec, but I think it's Alex.
Alec or Alex, we're not sure.
I think it's Alex.
All right.
You think it's Alec?
He thinks with the X.
Yeah.
Battle against it, spraying for mosquitoes in hopes of reducing the likelihood that someone gets infected. Rob Dawson, NBC News Radio, New Jersey.
There was a funeral medicine team.
How are we sounding, okay?
Beautiful.
Killed in a car crash in Delaware last month. Police say a pickup truck crossed over median and hit the Trinidad family's minivan head-on. 61-year-old Tony Trinidad and his daughters, 20-year-old Caitlin, 17-year-old Dana, 13-year-old twins Melissa and Allison, all killed. The girl's mother, Mary Rose,
Mary still there?
in sports.
She is.
She liking it? Okay. Your boss hadn't called. Get him off the air.
Not yet.
All the injuries over the left lane open on the car lanes of the New Jersey Turnpike. Northbound at exit 9, the truck lanes very slow to the area as well. Extensive flooding through many parts of northern New Jersey, including Route 17 from Remshell Park between Woodland Avenue and Central Avenue. Also Route 21 closed in Clifton between Brook Avenue and Packerman Avenue. Closures of Route 3 both ways in the Passaic Clifton area between Valley Road and Grove Street. 46 flooded out in Totowa between Union Boulevard and Browertown Road. We now know how not to know the weather. Tonight, a flash flood watch in effect through 8 Sunday morning. Cloudy and few lingering showers by 70.
Amazing. Great.
Joy.
You're coming in a little hot on the mic every now and then when you start to yell.
Yeah.
And I can hear it like break the mic.
Got
You
it.
know what I mean? It gives
Okay.
me a little static. So just every once in a while.
Stump Marty
Got it.
is brought to you by Brown & Brown Metro for all of your insurance needs. From homeowners, automobile, workers' comprehensive, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance, visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud sponsor of You Can't Stump Marty. Get ready for back to school at Modell's Champion Fancy.
Remember, let the music go all the way.
Of course.
Unbelievable savings on select Adidas Team Fleece for men and women, only $29.99. The savings of up to $35. 25% off select Adidas footwear for the family, and 20% off select soccer balls and guards from Adidas and Nike. You have to see our selection of backpacks to believe it. This week only, the JanSport DigiBreak backpack is only $20, 50% off. Visit our stores or Models.com for more savings. When you gotta save for back to school, you gotta go to Moe's.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right. We got a lot to go over tonight, but let's go ahead and go to the phone lines. And Alex in Manhattan, you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Thank you so much. Thanks for the call. Oh, thank you. So can I answer your question? You staying with me so I can answer the question here? Give your thoughts? Okay, so, well, again, as I said in the opening, it's hard for me to look at preseason football. And I did see Dan Quinn's press. How about there's another Falcon fan out there, by the way? I did see Dan Quinn's press conference, presser, and he said he was very dissatisfied with the defense, or he thought there were some sloppy penalties and some just sloppy play overall. But again, I got to believe, and I did not see the game, but I got to believe that most of the starters were not in that game. And remember, the rosters are so big right now, they're looking at people. So it's, and I totally understand what you're saying in regards to that. And the Jets were home, and it's exciting with the rookie quarterback. So one, I did a lot of reading, and I did read that he was patient, which is great. And listen, he needs to come through. He was a top pick and top quarterback pick, so you expect that. And don't get too caught about the Falcons' defense and the penalties, because I fully, from just knowing the Atlanta Falcons have a top quality NFC defense. What I want you to do, I'll give you a little homework assignment. take a look at the defense and the overall picture by the third playoff game, third preseason game, and maybe you'll your judgment or your feelings about this may change a little bit. It's really hard to really. You got guys that aren't used to playing together, and just a whole bunch of formula for the soup, so to speak. So don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. All right. Well, thank you so much for the call. All right. Well, give us a call next week, and I promise you, if you look even next week, if you look at your team, they'll look a little different than they did last night. I can promise you that. You got it. All right. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Mo, go through some leaders and stats in the major leagues. James, we have time a little bit to do that. How long have you got here? Okay, so let's quickly just take a look at some stat leaders in the major leagues. And quickly, this Mookie Betts in Boston, he's leading the American League with an outstanding 347 average. I think it's just crazy. And the guy behind him is his teammate J.D. Martinez at 331. You think that was a great acquisition by Boston to get him from Arizona? I mean, what a great acquisition. Followed by Jose Altuve at 329. Algerton Simmons, the former Atlanta Brave, who's now with the Angels, who's a great shortstop. He's hitting 310. Mike Trout, not surprising, is hitting 309. In the National League, Nick Markakis is having a career year. He's hitting 323. He leads the National League in hitting, followed by Christian Yelich of the Milwaukee Brewers. What a great acquisition they made of getting that Marlin. Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves is hitting 318, followed by Scooter Gennett of Cincinnati, and Corey Dickerson of Pittsburgh is hitting 313. Let's take a quick look at pitching in both leagues real quickly. You've got let me find pitching here. Here we go. So Chris Sale has an ERA. He's leading the ERA with 2.04 in the American League, followed by Trevor Bauer of Cleveland, 2.25. Those are outstanding in the American League for ERAs. Blake Snell, Tampa Bay, 2.27. Justin Verlander, 2.50. And Garrett Cole of Houston, 2.64. We'll look at the National League when we get back. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening in the Big Apple with John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. We'll be right back.
Have you been able to hear the music the last?
That time, yep.
Okay. It's loud over here, which is odd that you wouldn't be able to hear it.
Don't.
Look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to ADSautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports. For our Ask a Lawyer friends and listeners, you can attend any of Connors and Sullivan's free seminars on elder law, Medicaid, wills and estate planning, and more.
Yes, it's all free and all close to you. So come to Connors and Sullivan's free seminars.
On Tuesday, August 21st at Vesuvio Restaurant, 7305 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. In Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn on Wednesday, August 22nd at Buckley's, 2926 Avenue S at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. Finally, at the Grand Prospect Hall, 263 Prospect Avenue, Park Slope, Brooklyn on Thursday, August 23rd at 3 p.m. and 7 p.m.
Can't go to any Connors and Sullivan's free seminars? Then call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 for your own free office appointment.
Make an educated decision on your estate and family legal solutions today. Call Connors and Sullivan at 718-238-6500 or go to ConnorsandSullivan.com. Connors and Sullivan. Plan now for later.
Hi, Phil Van Horn here from Blue Rock Energy. At Blue Rock, better rates are just one part of tailoring an energy strategy to your business needs. In addition to finding the right rate structures for electric, gas,
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, let me finish up here with the National League ERA averages. And as I was saying in the American League, I'm looking at these ERAs, 2.04 for Chris Sale, and this Cole with a 2.64. Do you understand how crazy that is in the American League when you've got the designated hitter? Those are National League type ERAs. I mean, really. So I wanted to quickly take a look at the National League and the ERAs there. And let me just tell you, I want to put my 2 cents in about Jacob deGrom. If you had to give him right now, if you had to tell me who the Cy Young Award was going to be in the National League, I don't care about wins and losses. I look at ERA, which is, by the way, for him, 1.77. I call that Greg Maddux-ish. That's what I call that. You know, it's not his fault that he's on a team that's not any good. But when he's out there every fifth day, he's getting it done. 1.77? There's no doubt in my mind, if it ended today, that he is the Cy Young Award winner in the National League, because that when he's out there, he does his job. He's pitching plenty of innings, and watch, he won't get it because of the stupid win-loss record. That's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm rooting for him. And by the way, he has handled himself tremendously through this situation. And let me tell you, we all have a competitive spirit, and we all can get mad for losing. We all do. I'm the worst sport in the world. When I lose basketball, and I play basketball twice a week, if I lose the first game in a basketball game, I'm not in a good mood, because then you got to shoot foul shots, and if you miss the foul shot, then you got to sit and wait for another game. I hate that. So he has been a pro of all pros, and you got to give him credit. And again, I look at ERAs and ERAs only. And of course, I'm going to look at the amount of innings pitched. Again, with a programming note next week, my man Daryl Slater of NJ.com or NJ Advanced Media, you and I know it better as NJ.com and the Star Ledger. He covers the beat of the New York Jets. What a quality beat writer. He'll be with us next week as a programming note. And also after that, we hope to get Dan Duggan. He also covers the beat of the New York Giants for NJ.com also. So coming up later in the show, we've got our new segment at the bottom half of the second hour. You Can't Stump Marty, which basically you'll call us. We'll start it off with, I believe we're going to start, actually he said he'll take calls on anything, but I told him I think you should stick it to Giants, Jets, and Mets and Yankees right now, but we'll take those calls. And if you stump him, then I don't know if you will, but if you stump him, you're going to receive a Talking Sports, you stumped Marty S. On Talking Sports. It's going to be tough to do, but if you do it, then I'm going to get you out a t-shirt. So give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line. And if you want to follow the show online, you can go to am970theanswer.com and you'll get me there live. You can go to YouTube and type in Talking Sports with Jonathan Friedman. It's live, it's public, you'll get me there. And the same thing on Facebook. You can friend me and I'll accept your friendship. If you type in Jonathan Friedman, maybe New Jersey, you'll get me there. But I believe it's live and in public there. So wrong with this Jacob deGrom thing, but it would just be a real shame. I wanted to quickly talk about the kneeling in the NFL. Now, you know Trump came out. I'll just quickly read you what he came out with, some of the kneeling things that happened, I guess, over the last few days of preseason. The NFL players are at it again, said President Trump, taking a knee when they should be standing proudly for the national anthem. Numerous players from different teams wanted to show their outrage at something that most of them were unable to define. They make a fortune doing what they do. And I have to tell you, here's my take on that. You know, in most of the guys out there, most of you work for a company, and in most situations you have a company handbook, right? And you sign that company handbook with all the responsibilities you have while you're at the job 9 to 5. Now, I don't know if NFL teams have company handbooks. I'm not sure they do, and I gotta believe, I bet you they do. We should try to find out, James, if they do. But I'm not sure they do. But if they did, just stand there. You don't have to kneel. Just stand there. Hold your helmet. During that time, you're paid like I'm paid to go to the office Monday through Friday. That's their deal. They go to the office on Sundays, whether it's from 1 to 4 or 4 to 7. Just stand there. And the other thing is, until this whole thing happened, nobody ever paid attention to the national anthem in the National Football League. Baseball, yes. Basketball, yes. Football. Matter of fact, I was telling somebody today, I don't think I've ever seen the national anthem at a football stadium before. I really can't remember whether I was up getting a Coke, a hot dog, or talking to somebody. I just don't remember ever seeing a national anthem in it. But I agree with President Trump there. And I feel bad a little bit for the NFL because they didn't ask for this last year. They really did not ask for it. When Colin Kaepernick did that, they didn't know how to react to it. They still don't know how to react to it. And it's obviously, it's created an issue for them. So, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. And no, and by the way, I'm okay with the reason, right? Yeah. Yeah. No. Because they're snobbish about the shield. They don't think the shield can ever be broken. And by the way, I know the ratings were down. In my own opinion, I know the ratings were down, but we're all going to be you're going to be watching the Minnesota Vikings every game, regardless. I'm going to go watch the Falcons every week. That's the deal. Yeah. So, and the NFL was caught in a tough situation. They just didn't know how to handle it. So anyway, all right. When we come back, we got a lot more to do. We're going to take your calls. We'll go over, we'll take a look at the PGA Championship later. I want to see the odds for NBA guys to win the NBA Championship this year, and in hockey. We'll talk Devils and Rangers too. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. We'll be right back.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Whippany, New Jersey, in the heart of Morris County, is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service at the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany. They fix engine performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, suspension work, and all general auto repairs.
Atlanta's up 2-1, by the way.
You'll come back and tell me that.
No problem.
Okay. Matter of fact, you know what? When we come back, we'll go to you with the scores. That was a great chime in.
No problem.
That was a good chime in.
Sponsor of Talking Sports.
How can I enjoy my summer vacation with this ringing in my ears?
It's called tinnitus. If you've got it too, call the Hearing and Tinnitus Center on Long Island. Dr. Melanie Hertzfeld and her associates specialize in treating tinnitus. Other areas specially refer their tinnitus patients to the Hearing and Tinnitus Center. Find out why.
This is Dr. Melanie Hertzfeld. Our office has a variety of treatment and tinnitus therapies. If your ears are ringing, give us a call.
Call the Hearing and Tinnitus Center today. 516-364-0011. 516-364-0011.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. Welcome to Talking Sports. We're almost about to complete our first hour of our first show, and we got a whole nother hour to go, and I'm so pumped up. I'll tell you what, James, if you don't mind, update us on what's happening in the major leagues. Yeah, buddy. Well, you mean there's some games that are finished that haven't? Give us some scores around the major leagues, if you could. Got it. Thank you so much. So, did you hear, finally, by the way, did you hear that Kawhi Leonard came out with his first statement? Gosh, we haven't heard from Kawhi in a while. I picked this up. He tweeted out, let me find this here. He tweeted out, where is that? Basically, he was thanking the fans of San Antonio, and it's going to be real interesting to see what happens. Now, what I find interesting with Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors is, why didn't Toronto try to sign him to an extension? You know, is he going to, James, do you think he's going to up and leave Toronto? But they can sign him to that max. Yeah. You ever see, you talk about a soft team in the playoffs last year? Yeah. Well, and I also think he didn't have a great relationship with the other guard on that team. DeRozan and oh, they are? Really? See, what do I know? I got to stop reading stuff or whatever, because I thought I saw. Well, they're just soft. I mean, oh, God, yeah. What were they? They were the 1 seed, right? Ugh. Man, they're so, and you know what's a shame about it is they have such a great fan base. They line up 3,000 outside the stadium. It's crazy. So I was looking around in sports yesterday and today, and I saw that, I don't know if anybody saw this, former Major League pitcher Esteban Loaiza has been, he got charged with drug charges, facing life in prison. This is a guy, by the way, in his major league career who made $40 million as a baseball player. Back in February, former big league pitcher Esteban Loaiza was arrested in San Diego on federal drug charges. He has been under surveillance, and authorities found about 20 kilograms of cocaine in his house that he was renting. According to the Associated Press, Loaiza pleaded guilty Friday, acknowledging the processing of cocaine with intent to distribute. He was facing a maximum of 10 years. He's going longer than that. In prison with a maximum of life. He'll be sentenced on November 2nd. Loaiza, 46, was under surveillance when he was arrested in February near a house in Imperial Beach, which borders, oh, what a shocker, it borders Tijuana, Mexico. They stopped him in a silver Mercedes SUV that had just left his garage and confronted him. Sniffing dogs went into the SUVs, and authorities obtained a warrant for his house and found cocaine packing 20 compartments of a Nissan parked in the garage. Loaiza pleaded guilty, and that he was transferring, that he was basically going to be selling these drugs. What is wrong with these people? $40 million. You know, you can't blow $40 million. I just can't get over it. It's just absolutely crazy. Hey, later in the show, by the way, for you college football fans, I definitely want to touch on the Urban Meyer situation, which is, to me, is just kind of shocking. We'll go over the preseason college football rankings, exciting, and I'm even going to update you on the WNBA standings. I like that WNBA. You know, when teams make the bottom line, for example, on ESPN for scores, that means you've come of age, right? That means you've come of age. And the WNBA is about 21 years old. And if you've ever been to a WNBA game, these girls can play basketball. Now, could I have success in the WNBA? I'm not so sure. I don't know. But I can tell you that these ladies can play basketball. They're big and they're strong and they're quality. So we'll go over that. We'll take a look at the standings for that. And for you soccer fans, you can call me. I don't know if I can answer your questions, but we will later in the show. We'll take a look at the tablet. If you're wondering what the tablet is, that happens to be the standings in every other sport. They call it a tablet. To go over, just going through some of the notes here that I have. Oh, we'll also go through. I want to take a look at the Stanley Cup and the odds of what Vegas odds are for teams to win the Stanley Cup. You may be surprised with that. And the same thing for the NBA. And Johnny happened to take a look at his Atlanta Hawks. They're 400 to 1 odds. I told you off the air, the Nets got something going in the future. They got a good coach too. Oh, you know, I said in the offseason to my nephew, I said to him, had the Nets had what would have been a nice trade was when Cleveland shipped out Kyrie Irving. They could have sent what's his name there, the center that ended up going to that would have been a nice little swap, maybe with a pick. Yeah. So, that's right. He left and went to the Bucks. So, Bucks. Mike Budenholzer is now the coach of the Bucks. So, they got a nice team, and that Greek freak. If you've never seen him play live, he's crazy. All right. Let's we'll come back. Looks like we got the first hour in the books here. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, Big John Friedman. We'll take your calls when we get back. Don't forget, we got Stump Marty coming up on the bottom of the hour. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna pop that up quick.
Okay.
Sponsored by Marketing Ideas and Beyond, LLC. Get ready for back to school at Modell's. Champion men's and women's tees and shorts for only $9.99. Unbelievable savings on select Adidas team fleece for men and women, only $29.99. The savings of up to $35. 25% off select Adidas footwear for the family, and 20% off select soccer balls and guards from Adidas and Nike. You have to see our selection of backpacks to believe it. This week only, the January DG Free backpack is only $20.
We have the correct opening teed up.
Oh, for the top of the hour, you're going to do that? Yeah, good. Thank you for the.
That's why I wanted to be.
Yeah, great. So that we're going to play that on the top?
Yes.
Great. Oh, at 8:05. How'd that sound? Good hour? Good.
I don't know if you did anything, but yeah, it flew by. I'm just like, I had no idea.
John, you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Go enjoy the evening.
No, I got another 20-30 minutes.
Okay. Are we off the air?
Huh?
Are we off the air now?
Yeah, we're off. We got 5.
No, I want to hear it. I like hearing it.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like hearing
My
it.
bad. No problem. Hang on.
I like to hear it. That's crazy.
About 70,000 people gathered at the park in the state capital of Naha, Okinawa today, vowing to stop the planned relocation of U.S. military base on the southern Japanese island. The locals there say the relocation is not only an environmental debacle, but would also ignore local wishes to have the base removed from the island entirely. The Monsanto Chemical Company says it's going to appeal the San Francisco jury's award of millions of dollars. Brownstein, who says his cancer was caused by the use of the product Roundup.
Hey, James. James. When you do this to me, when you do that to me,
Yeah.
I'm not hearing the music.
Okay, I'll make sure it's straight up.
Yeah.
And when I start doing that.
Okay. Even I'm happy with that hour.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I've got ankylosing spondylitis, which is a arthritic disease, calcification of the major joints and spine, and I just don't have the pain that I used to have. It's really kind of amazing. Balance of Nature has been an amazing product. I've recommended it to literally hundreds. I'm a pastor, and I've said, just try it. Give it a month. Give it a try.
And so hopefully they have. But it's an amazing product. And the neatest thing is when you first open up that bottle and you can smell the fruits and vegetables. Every time I open one, I just get a big kick out of that.
When you call, use discount code The Answer, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-246 line to Balance of Nature.
Is this a replay of the NFL game? This is a replay, right? That I'm saying? Is that live or a
The
replay?
Vikings, no, it's coming up. The Vikings game's coming up now.
Oh, you're going to catch some business now. Both of you.
I need it, and you need just like 1 second. Just like, I gotta see what's going on.
No, it's great. What's that on the NFL Network?
Yes, sir.
$215.5 billion. That was despite Washington's imposition
Go under 2 minutes. We'll be back.
Yep.
$4 billion of Chinese goods on July 6th in a dispute over technology. Growth in exports
He's number 3.
off slightly from June's 13th.
Oh, no, number 8. He's number 8. He's number 8.
Don't remind us of number 3. That's Blair Walsh. We want that man out of our head for life.
Hey, he's a Georgia kicker.
Is he really?
Yeah, he played for
Well,
Georgia.
Then they had a bad kicker.
You always get the no good.
That video sent to me at least 3 times a year.
You felt
just to
terrible
remind
for
me.
him.
Yeah, my friends are terrible people, but they have to remind me that he missed a 27-yard chipper.
He felt terrible about it.
Doesn't matter. No.
Tensions after a contested Kansas vote count. The Secretary of State Chris Kobach stepped aside from his duties as the state's top elections official Friday until his hotly contested Republican primary challenge to Governor Jeff Collier is resolved. But Collier argued that Kobach still has a conflict of interest because Kobach is handing his responsibilities to his top deputy. Kobach rejected Collier's accusations that he advised
Nice and loud for me.
local elections.
Got it.
Ballots violate state law. Updated totals with late mail-in ballots from all 105 counties counted. Let's go back to over Collier and 1% votes out of more than 3 to 13,000 counts. Patrick Cross reporting. Charlottesville, Virginia, marking the anniversary of last summer's white supremacist violence with marches, vigils, and other of the events that began unfolding peacefully early this morning with heavy police presence. Check out more news, read more analysis. It's all at townhall.com. I'm Ron DeRosa.
It's Saturday evening. Time for Talking Sports. Here's your host, Jonathan Friedman.
It is Saturday evening, and yes, we are talking sports. I'm John Friedman. You got James Simeone is on the other side of the glass, and he happens to be a big Minnesota Vikings fan. And if you go to the NFL Network right now, they're playing the Denver Broncos, and you've got the debut of Cousins at quarterback. What do you think about that?
I'm excited. I don't know if they're going to play him tonight on the first preseason.
Where is this game? Is this in Denver? It looks like it's in Denver, this game, right? Yeah, he's playing. They're going to put him out the first series, I would think.
I kind of hope so. I just want to see a little bit, just a tiny bit of Cousins.
I told you, I love Cousins. He's had nothing in Washington for years, and he gets it done. He gets it done. So he's a good player. So coming up later in the at the half-hour break, coming up at 9:30, get on the phone on the Gotta Go to Mo's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. We're going to play You Can't Stump Marty, brought to you by B&B Metro. For all of your business and personal insurance needs, BNBmetro.com. So, we got a lot to go over here. Hey, did you see this week, by the way, that it's the 30-year anniversary for when Wayne Gretzky was traded for the Edmonton Oilers to the... Now, you guys are too young to remember that. Our call screener and James, you're too young to remember that. The 30 years ago that Wayne Gretzky was traded from the Oilers to the Los Angeles Kings. And, man, you talk about a stud in hockey. Not a banger, but what a goal scorer, the great one. And what was great about that is he put hockey on the map in Los Angeles. He took them to a Stanley Cup. And I think Barry Melrose actually was the coach of that Los Angeles Kings team. So kind of neat. When I was going through this week, I saw that. Let's take a look also. I told you guys that big Southeastern Conference football guy right here. So I wanted to kind of go through the rankings, the coaches poll in rankings for college football right now. And we'll take a look. And what I want you to do is I want you to remember, and we'll look at it every week, every Saturday evening right here, we're going to look at it. But there'll be so many changes from now. So let's just quickly take a look at the top. We'll quickly go through the top 25. The coaches poll has Alabama at number 1, followed by Clemson, followed by Ohio State. And I haven't seen the latest on Urban Meyer. I understand he did eventually fire that coach. And man, that coach, what he did to that wife, and if you're familiar with the story, what he did to that wife and how it didn't get reported and how the coach never got fired was unbelievable. Was it to the extent or just almost as bad as the Penn State situation? I couldn't believe. Winning is not important. When you have a situation like that where a woman is being domestically beaten up by her husband, it's unacceptable. And I don't care what the scenario is, it's unacceptable. I don't care if you got to fire everybody. Winning comes last, not first. And Ohio State and Urban Meyer's wife knew about this. And I don't know, supposedly he said in the beginning that he didn't know. And now has come out and said that he did know. That's enough for me. You should be canned. That's it. Winning's not important. This poor woman and what she went through is absolutely disgusting. It takes Ohio State. Now, I already don't like Ohio State because I got a kid that goes to Michigan. So that's enough right there for me not to like Ohio State, that now I really don't like Ohio State. So let me go through so I said Alabama right now, the coaches poll has them at number 1, followed by Clemson, by Ohio State, followed by Johnny's Georgia Bulldogs at number 4, followed by Oklahoma, Washington, Wisconsin, University of Miami, Mark Richt's Miami Hurricane at number 8, Penn State in the 9th spot, Auburn in the 10th spot, Notre Dame in the 11th spot. You got Michigan State in the 12th spot. You got Stanford in the 13th spot, followed by, if my daughter Aviva's out there listening, they're ranking your team, Michigan, at 14, followed by USC at 15, followed by TCU at 16, followed by the Hokies of Virginia Tech at 17, the Mississippi State Bulldogs at 18, the Florida State Seminoles at 19. You got West Virginia Mountaineers at 20, the Texas Longhorns at 21. Boy, when is Texas going to be back? That used to be a dominant football program. And then you have it at 22, Boise State, followed by the University of Central Florida. Now, there's a program that's coming on. Used to be a little tiny program. Now they're right up there with the big boys, followed by LSU and Oklahoma State. So we'll take a look at that. And every week we'll take a look at the college football rankings. And what's great is James is going to keep you up to date on all the scores in college football, because we'll be here at 8 o'clock to 10 every Saturday night. And you and I know how much college football is going to be going on there. Man, I love college. I love college football, and I love the NFL. It's just awesome. And we talked about earlier about breaking that NFL shield. Yeah, the ratings may be down. Yeah, you're going to watch your team. I don't care what you say. You're going to watch your team. You're going to build your schedule on Sunday around watching your team. We all do. There's no doubt about it. So we got all, and for those who are married, thank you for all the wives that put up with that, because they're pretty patient, because a lot of times on Sunday you got your team you watch. Then you end up watching another team. Then you end up watching Sunday Night Football, and then you end up watching Monday Night Football. And I got to tell you, and Thursday Football, and Johnny's Atlanta Falcons open up on a Thursday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the number one. That was. So it should be. That's going to be a doozy. That's going to be a doozy. So, and I got to tell you, the most depressing time of the year for me is when Monday Night Football is over. I look forward to Monday Night Football. I come home from work. Monday's a struggle anyway to get through work. And you come home, you eat dinner, and you put on Monday Night Football. And I always tell my wife, Don't look for me to come to bed early tonight because it will be a late night because I like to watch the post game and everything, and I just love football. Can't get enough of football. And I love all sports, but something about football, it just is. And I'm so glad that we're close. I'm not glad the summer's ending, but I'm glad that football is right around the corner. So also give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line. We've got. You know what? Let's go ahead. Can we go to I'll tell you what. After the break, I see that we got Aaron in New Jersey's. Hold on, Aaron. We'll go to a quick break. And when we get back, we'll take your calls. Get ready for You Can't Stump Marty. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999, models.com. We'll be right back.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Liberty, New Jersey, in the heart of Morris County, is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service. At the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany, they fix engine performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, suspension work, and all general auto repairs. Your car's important to you, and they know it. If you're seeking friendly service from folks who want your business, look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to adsautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a...
Here come the phone lines. We're going to use all the phone lines on this segment.
Right to the call?
Well, I'll do my opening and we'll get
obviously.
Kirk Cousins is in.
Watching. Trying to do both.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines. I see we got an Aaron online. We got a Joey from Brooklyn online. Let's go to Aaron in Jersey. You're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Hello, Aaron. Good, thank you. What's happening? Nice. You playing Madden? How you doing on that? We got another Vikings fan. How about that? What's happening? Well, it's a good question. And let me break it down for you a little bit. Because he's with a new team, right? He's with a new team, and he's got to work with new receivers and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to cut him a little slack with that, but here's the difference. Minnesota's got a dominant defense and a dominant defensive line. So, and I know everybody loves Aaron Rodgers, and he's a great quarterback. You know, Aaron Rodgers is getting up there in years, and I know that he can still do it. But the answer is, how about this? I'll tell you what, he'll get at least one of them. How's that? Hey, that's, but I think you're going to win that division, though, and I'll go over the divisions. James and I are going to try to pick the divisions tonight. But I look for the Minnesota Vikings to win that Central. All right, thanks for the call. Let's go to, I'm sorry? Okay, let's go to Joey in Brooklyn. Joey, you're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Hey, thank you so much. That's a great compliment, and that's really nice of you. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, great defense. Great D. They surprised me that they didn't kind of show up against Philadelphia in that championship game. Yeah, but they got a good team, and they got the running back coming back again, so they got a good team. Sure. Hmm. Yeah. Well, the only thing is he's had nothing. By the way, he happens to be a great offensive mind, Hugh Jackson. By the way, I agree with you. I agree with you because once the scouting reports out on Baker Mayfield, not to say he's not going to be a good, he's going to struggle. All rookies do. That's just part of the process. That's yeah, yeah, they do. Absolutely. Sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree too with you there. Roethlisberger's getting up there in age. I agree with you, by the way. Absolutely. That's a great call on your part. Excellent. It takes a team to win. And thank you so much for calling. Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. That's great. Let's go to Robbie in Long Island. You're on Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Hey, how about that? Congrats. That's a great feat on. That's beautiful. Yeah. 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 Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna feel our way here. We're gonna feel what you guys want me to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. It's yeah. 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 Well, they're going for it. They're going for it. The Giants' defense, I think, is the concern. Hey, we got to take a break, but thank you so much for the call and listening. It means a lot. Thank you so much. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. We'll be right back. Wow. Great.
That was great.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
All good calls.
Yes. I wasn't even paying attention. My boys got a touchdown. I missed it.
Service from folks who want your business. Look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to adsautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a proud
Hey, when we do the Marty segment, right? We're gonna have pick on Carlos first. Okay, when you see it up there. If it's not this segment, it's the one after. So.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry, I just didn't want to cut that guy off. He was going.
I know. I felt bad.
That's all right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
Save $10 on select Nike and Adidas styles. Visit our stores or models.com for more savings. When you gotta save for back to school, you gotta go to Moe's.
Oh, Johnny has been here lately. I'm the new kid in town in New York City in the Big Apple. Oh, I promise you're going to love us in the show. We won't let you down. I promise you. All right, we're talking sports on a Saturday evening. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, let me quickly give you the odds for Stanley Cup to win the Stanley Cup in the National Hockey League. Let's start with the NBA, by the way, real quickly. The Warriors are minus 180. The Celtics are 9-2. The Lakers are 5-1. The Rockets are 7-1. The 76ers are 8-1, 18-1. That's a really good bet, by the way, if you're a bettor. I'm not a bettor, but I like to look at these. Raptors 30-1. Thunder 40-1. The Jazz 75-1. I won't go through all of them, but let's take a quick of the Knicks. Where are the Knicks? The Knicks are, where are the Knicks here? Why am I not finding the New York Knicks? The Knicks are 250-1 to win the NBA championship. Johnny's Atlanta Hawks are 750-1 to win the NBA championship. And the Nets are 500-1. So that's that in hockey, in basketball. Sorry about that. And in hockey, it's they've got the Winnipeg Jets at 12-1, the Predators at 11-1. Let's find the Rangers here. If I can find the New York Rangers, the Islanders are 60-1. Kind of interesting. You got to be excited if you're an Islanders fan. You got Lou Lamoriello running the show there. Here's another interesting one. Johnny's New Jersey Devils 40-1. That's a good bet right there. The Devils are coming. Here they come, the New Jersey Devils. And you know why? Because they're growing organically, as I told you earlier. Organic growth in pro sports is what wins you championships. There's no doubt about it. The Ottawa Senators are 100-1 to win the NHL, to win the Stanley Cup. So those are those, and we'll look at those throughout the year to see exactly what the deal is. And I don't know if you noticed, did you happen to see the NCAA new rules on college basketball? And if you're an elite player and this crazy, this is how the NCAA has to do it, like the old days. You can't leave college basketball until after your junior year, period. It gets rid of all of the nonsense. If you need to go hardship after your junior year, then that's what you do. But other than that, you just don't do that. You got to determine now these new rules. You got to determine who the elite players. A guy can go to NBA camp or go to the NBA Summer League, hire an agent, not get drafted, and go back to school. Now, here's the problem. As John Calipari said, what happens if the school gets rid of that scholarship because they don't know they're in flux if the guy's coming back or not? The NCAA, for basketball especially, cannot get out of their own way. They just can't. They absolutely can't get out of their own way. So when we come back after the break, we're going to have You Can't Stop Marty, brought to you by B&B Metro Insurance. They'll take care of all of your business and personal insurance needs. B&BMetro.com. That'll be after the break, after the news break on the bottom of the hour. What else we got on tap here for the rest of the show? And we'll get to know Marty S. We'll play the game, and if you stump Marty, I'm going to send you a Talking Sports I Stumped Marty S. Shirt. I'm not so sure you can, but we're going to find out, so we'll take those calls. Great to be with you guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. We're going to be with you every Saturday evening, 8 to 10, and what a great time to do that. We got college football, we got the NFL, we got baseball playoffs going to be happening. Oh, you can hear it in my voice just how pumped I am. Great to be here. We got James behind the glass, and Johnny's a lucky guy. Let's just say that. Glad to be in New York City. Beautiful. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening with me, John Friedman. Give us a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. I'm John Friedman. James is behind the glass. We'll be right back.
So you're running out of topics there for a second. I was like, let me jump in, but we got like 20 seconds.
So now we go into the Marty segment after the break here.
Come back, yeah.
So this is what we're going to do. We'll go to Marty after the break, and I'll talk to him a little bit. And then we'll say, you ready, Marty? And then we'll go to Carlos. Where are the other two calls?
What? The other two calls, they should, I'm guessing they'll call in soon, but... Yep, I think we got the other call right now.
Okay.
All right, just so you know, this segment's 7 minutes. So, do you want to go a little longer with this one since it's Marty?
Yeah, because I'll converse back with Marty and stuff. Well,
right,
this one's
maybe
easy.
We can make segment 5 short.
Fine. Well, those were some nice compliments, though, guys. We're giving
Absolutely.
2 of them in a row.
I know.
Checking the George Washington Bridge, minor delays, no problem for the Holland or the London tunnels, and a 35-mile-per-hour speed restriction on the Tappan Zee Bridge. You now know how not to go. Weather, tonight a flash flood watch in effect through 8 Saturday morning, Friday a few lingering showers, low 70. Sunday mostly cloudy, scattered showers and thunderstorms, high between 80 and 85. Monday and Tuesday partly to mostly cloudy, few showers and storms, high 80 to 85 degrees. I'm Dave Down and AM 970, The Answer.
From homeowners, automobile, workers' comprehensive, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance, visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud sponsor of You Can't Stump Marty.
One more commercial and then we go into.
Hi, Calvin McCullough. Are you struggling with what you see in the mirror? Stubborn belly fat, unwanted weight, dieting, starving yourself? Despite all your efforts, you're still unhappy with what you actually see. My longtime friend, Dr. Melinda Keller, has a weight loss program for you where you can be guaranteed to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in just 40 days. No drugs, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. It's all natural and doctor supervised. Call my friend Dr. Keller at the Brooklyn Wellness Center today, 718-234-6212.
It's time for You Can't Stump Marty. Brought to you by Brown & Brown Metro. For all of your insurance needs, from homeowners, automobile, workers' comprehensive, business insurance, group health, casualty, and life insurance, visit Brown & Brown Metro on the web at bbmetro.com or give them a call at 973-549-1900. Brown & Brown Metro is a proud sponsor of You Can't Stump Marty.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. Give me a call on the Gotta Go to Moe's call-in line at 877-970-2999. That's 877-970-2999. Models.com. All right, I'd like to introduce to you what he likes to call the expert in sports, and you'll have an opportunity to stump him. I'd like to welcome Marty S. to the program. Marty, what's happening? Thank you so much. Yeah, that's good. All right, Marty. So, you ready to take on some calls? Let me plant the situation here. All right, so let's go. We got a caller. Let's go to Carlos in New York. Carlos, you think you can stump Marty? All right, so go ahead. Let's see what you can do.
Hi, Marty. First of all, I'm glad to be on the show, and just letting you know I'm a Detroit fan. So I have. Whoa. Boy, we're in New York. Where are you from? Well, I'm actually from Detroit. I grew up in Detroit, but I have 3 Detroit team questions for you. First of all, I lived in Detroit when I was young. I don't get it. Okay, I don't know. Detroit, New York.
All right, Marty, let him ask the question here. Come on, Carlos. You got to bring it. If you're coming on our show, you got to bring it. Hey, you better watch out for ISIS at your door. All right, let's go. Ask your question. We got callers behind you. Let's go. All right, let's go. Carlos, let's go. I got callers behind you. Let's go. Come on, Carlos.
Okay. Come on, El Chapo. Keep it on. Come on, El Chapo. Okay, I don't like that, but okay. Two-part question. What team did the Tigers get Danny McClain from? And what player did this team decide to protect instead of McClain?
Another easy one. McClain came from the White Sox, and they stupidly kept a man that is a New Yorker, not like you, El Chapo. Simple as that.
That is very good. Okay, my last question is a football one. During the 60s, neck tackles were legal. Like me, by the way. So the most severe ones...
Hey, John, we should get this illegal on the show.
Go ahead. Last question. Let's go. Last question.
All right. Now, the most severe ones were called clothesline tackles. Detroit Lions Hall of Fame cornerback Night Train Lane was famous for this. So, what did they call it when he clotheslined somebody?
Come on, the Night Train deck.
That's pretty impressive. My hat's off to you, Marty. You know, I've listened to Jonathan many times in New Jersey. Really like the show. Much better than those smug, blowhard windbags, Rick Chester and Michael Bay. Now, I know Jonathan's going to win a fan for some reason. And since I couldn't stop you, was wondering if I can ask Jonathan a couple questions.
Do we have times, James, or no? We have time? Go ahead. Go ahead. Quickly.
Okay, Jonathan, here we go.
Yeah.
The most famous baseball poem of all time is Spawn and Sane and Pray for Rain.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Uh-huh.
It refers to two of the four Braves starting pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
Name one of the other two.
Spawn and Sane, Pray for Rain. Milwaukee Braves, right? Or we're obviously talking about. Yeah, right now I can't think of it. The segment's not about me. It's about Marty, not about me. Give me another question before I got to go to the next guy.
All right. Okay. How and when did the Braves acquire Hall of Fame pitcher John Smoltz?
They got him from the Detroit Tigers for Doyle Alexander. How about that, buddy?
By the way, Atlanta teams have a rather dubious history with their players. I'm referring to Michael Vick.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. Hey, Carlos, Carlos, I got to take a break, but thank you so much. You're not getting a T-shirt, I'll tell you that, but thank you so much for the call. We'll be right back. Jay, hold on. You got a question for Marty. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. We'll be right back.
I got out of hand fast.
Automotive Diagnostic Services of Liberty, New Jersey, in the heart of Morris County, is your dedicated family neighborhood automotive repair service. At the corner of Jefferson and Parsippany Roads in Whippany, they fix engine performance issues, brakes, tune-ups, and suspension work, and all general auto repairs. Your car's important to you, and they know it. If you're seeking friendly service from folks who want your business, look no further than ADS Automotive. Go to adsautomotive.com or give them a call at 973-887-0679. ADS Automotive is a proud sponsor of Talking Sports.
Hey, what's all the racket about? Didn't you hear? A massive project to repair the Route 495 bridge between the New Jersey Turnpike and Route 3 to the Lincoln Tunnel is starting in August. One lane of traffic in each direction.
El Chapo.
2.5 years. The good news is the exclusive bus lane will remain open.
We're just taking pictures and sending it to our Bronco fan friends. That's what you have
There
to
you
do
go.
in this situation.
There you go.
So this break's gonna be a little short. We're gonna try to be out by 50. All right.
Yeah.
Promote several options. Consider switching to public transportation, leaving earlier or later. Meeting times, telecommuting, using the George Washington Bridge or Holland Tunnel, or joining a carpool or van pool.
Visit RestoreNJ495.com to sign up for project alerts to stay informed.
This message sponsored by NJDOT, the New Jersey Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Hi, Phil Van Horn here from Blue Rock Energy. It never hurts to explore your options, and at Blue Rock there's a lot to explore, like fixed, variable, and blended energy rate plans for your business, a full range of services to help reduce energy consumption, and a level of predictability that your local utility can't match. Plus, our energy advisors are there every step of the way, so whatever choice you make, you know it's the right one. Visit BlueRockEnergy.com today and learn how to get free on-site assessment.
All right, we're back. We're talking sports on a Saturday evening. I'm John Friedman. We're in the midst of our segment, You Can't Stump Marty. So we're going to go right to it. And I believe we have Jay in Clifton. Your turn to try to, let me try that again. Your turn to try to stump Marty. Go ahead, Jay. Hello, Jay, you there? Go ahead, Jay.
It's the number 42, but he was the last person ever to wear it on the Yankees. Mariano Rivera, when they retired him, and Jackie Robinson, with all the other National League teams, all the other Major League teams are retired the number. All right, very, very good, Marty, very good. You're proud of yourself. You stay up late for that one? That one out? Oh boy.
He didn't even have time to Google that one. I mean, that was so quick with the answer. All right, we're good. You got anything else? Because I got a caller right behind you. Any other question? Yeah.
Come on. The straw who really stirred the drink. Irvin Munson. Okay.
These callers. You're not getting a T-shirt either. All right, let's go to our next caller here. You ready? Thank you for the call. Let's go to Steve in Brooklyn. You're on Talking Sports, trying to stump Marty. Great. Well, why would you give him an easy question? Wait, Marty, I can't hear. Let him ask the question. Go ahead. Go ahead. You mean what they're worth? What is that? Is that what you mean? Yeah, okay, good. Marty, you got that?
It's a misleading question because it's only two U.S. teams. The Cowboys, some Sox, it's Manchester, Madrid, Barcelona,
wow.
And the New York Yankees. But you can't slip in that non-American stuff into this question. Go ahead.
Take with the Marty, because remember, we're making America great again. So let's just the Cowboys and the The Cowboys were great, and they had a great defense. Name the nickname of that defense and the starting four front defensive linemen.
The last time they were good, the defensive line was called a two. It's the last time they were good. It's not the four contact, it's the four guys in the line, right? So, defensive line, Harvey Martin.
All right, wait. All right, no one. You're not getting a T-shirt either. All right, we got to go to the next caller. Thank you so much for calling. We got. Is it Joe in the Bronx? We got. Is that who's next? Go ahead, Joe in the Bronx. You got a question for Marty? All right. How about that? Well, yeah, it's like a half stump so far because you got the first part. James, does that get a T-shirt? I don't know. Is that? All right. Yo, hey, Joe in the Bronx, congratulations. I'll tell you what. Hey, we got to move on because I think we got to take a commercial break soon. But I'll tell you, hey, Marty, good job, Marty. Let's get Joe's number. Joe, stay on hold so we can get to get your information to get you out the shirt. Good job, Joe. You got it. Marty, we'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much. Marty is brought to you by B&B Metro Insurance. For all your personal and business needs, go to bnbmetro.com. All right, let's, you know what, we got, let's go to, we got a special caller. We got 2 minutes real quickly for a special caller. Let's go to Dino Costa. Dino, what's happening, buddy? Thank you. We've had a great time, and on the air, on the phone is Dina Costa, who has a show here midnight to 3 a.m., Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. The best talk show guy in sports out there. When you talk about knowledge and realistic, he's the best. Dino, thank you so much for calling. That means a lot to me. It really does. You got it. Thank you so much, Dino. All right, we're going to take... Yeah, thank you so much. All right, we'll take a quick break. We got the last 10 minutes of the show of the 2 hours. What happened here? You're listening to Talking Sports with me, John Friedman. Oh, what a great evening. Great to be with you guys. Every Saturday evening is going to be great. We got a half stumper with Marty. Marty was pretty good, wasn't he, James? Not too shabby. Congratulations, Marty. You did a great job. You're listening to Talking Sports on a Saturday evening. We'll be right back.
Were we prepared for that stump?
Sorry.
I don't think so. Unless that was a...
I don't think that was...
That's okay. You know what? It's okay if somebody stumped him. Okay. He got half the question right.
Can we send him a crop top, maybe? With a half.
What are you doing here?
Wait, I can't leave. That's what's going on.
Hey, make sure, James, make sure I can hear the music when we end the show, because I have an ending with that music.
You know how long?
Huh? No, I'm saying when you play the ending music, this is our last segment, right?
Yeah.
So make sure I can hear it good, because I got my ending and my standard opening.
Seconds of music. So,
yeah,
right?
30.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
At am970theanswer.com. That's am970theanswer.com.
Don't miss the new afternoon drive show, Cats at Night, with John Catsimatidis. Wednesdays at 5 p.m.
And you thought you were just selling airtime.
The Answer.
All right, we're back. How about that, Marty S? Pretty darn good. And that's a half question. We're going to get the guy a T-shirt. James, were we able to get his information? Okay, great. So we'll get his. He did a good job. That was a tough question, but Marty's darn good. I got to tell you, I've known Marty for 30 years, as he told you. One, he's a good person, a very successful business person, and knows sports. Sports to him is a hobby to him like it is to me. He knows a lot more than me, only when it comes to that. He's a little older than me, but he knows his stuff, and he's a lot of fun. And when you hear him give me the business about the Atlanta teams and stuff, it's endearing, because he knows that I'm a big suffering Atlanta fan. So great to have him as part of the show, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. And, you know, he knows a lot of stuff, and the only thing is, I told him, you better brush up on your hockey, because eventually you're going to get hockey questions. So for my women audience out there, and for the male audience also, I'm a big liker of the WNBA. It's quality basketball. So let's go through the standings as their season eventually is about to come to an end. You'll get the WNBA playoffs, and then you get into a championship, and it goes right into the NBA season too. So real quickly, in the Eastern Conference, you've got Johnny's Atlanta Dream lead the Eastern Conference with a 20-10 record, followed by the Washington Mystics, the Connecticut Sun, Chicago Sky, the New York Liberty. What happened to them? I didn't even know. I thought Bill Lambier's not the coach of the New York Liberty anymore. I got to start following that a little. I know he's not the coach, but they're 7-23. Ouch. Does anybody know? I don't even know if they're playing at the Garden. Are they back at the Garden? I know they spent a season outside the Garden. I don't know if they're still if they're playing there, but that's their record there. Followed by the Indiana Fever at 5 and that's a tough season. 5-34. Out in the West in the WNBA, you got that Seattle Storm team, They got a fine ball club. They're 23-6, followed by the Sparks of Los Angeles at 18-12, followed by the Minnesota Lynx. Kind of surprised you got the Minnesota Lynx where they are. They were dominating for a few years, followed by Phoenix Mercury, the Dallas Wings, and the Las Vegas. What do they call? I can't see what they're called. The Aces of Las Vegas. And speaking of Las Vegas, great story. The Las Vegas Knights were last year. A lot of fun. And here's the deal I have with that, and I'm not taking anything away. How much partying went on for those road teams that came into Vegas? I bet you they had an outstanding home record last year, James, because how do you go to Vegas? You go and you have a good time. So a lot of late nights there, but not taking anything away. Now, here's the question. Are the Vegas Knights able to do that again? Listen, they were dumb. And to have to do it again would be really a tough thing to do. But I can't remember an expansion team that was so successful like they were. And what a great story. And what's the other beauty part about that is they built a fan base, not just in Las Vegas, but they built it all over the country. Everybody was wondering and intrigued by the Vegas Knights and the Golden Knights, sorry. And they were intrigued, and it was just what a story for professional sports. And even though I'm joking when I talk about the teams that went into Vegas and did that, but what a great story, and great for hockey, by the way. And what was the other great thing is when they went on the road, people